3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. And that's how we started. I wanted to talk about my musical inspirations that make me want to play music. And it looks like the right side of my face is super pale, and I swear I didn't get a crazy tan line. It's just this window right here. Yeah, look at that. Alright. Damn, I don't look chill. Now I look kind of chill. Yeah, I want to talk about my musical inspirations, about people who I've listened to and they made me go like, damn, I want to make something like that. And I have like a couple albums in particular that when I listen to, they make me want to like it's Thor's hammer. But I don't know which one to start with. I can think of 4. Maybe I'll just talk about 4 then. I'll just talk about 4 different albums. The lighting's kind of pissing me off. Yeah, this is chill. So the first one, God. Okay, now I just look like a YouTuber. Hey guys, welcome back to my compilation of gaming wins. God, it was so stupid. Albums that I wanted to listen to. No, not wanted to. Albums that I've listened to a lot, and I don't like this. Fine. Albums that I've listened to, and they make me want to pick up my guitar and play it. The first one. I'm going to just get it out of the way. I spoke about him enough in the last episode. Bruce Springsteen's Nebraska. Not Born in the USA. Not The River. Not Darkness on the Edge of Town. No. Not Born to Run either. It's Nebraska. Which, I mean, if you listen to one of my songs, that would make... If you heard that Bruce Springsteen was one of my inspirations, you would understand why. Or no, you would only guess Nebraska. You wouldn't guess any other album. Maybe The Ghost of Tom Joad, but it's not really... It's just not Nebraska, you know? Like a Minecraft head. That album, when I first listened to it, because growing up, so I'm from New Jersey, and growing up, I'm like, I never really got into Bruce, because like, this guy's from New Jersey, it's kind of cool, and he's huge, but like, I don't know, I never got it. All I knew was Born in the USA, Born to Run, Born Yesterday, Born Tomorrow, and I never really got into like the deep cuts like Nebraska until one day I did. I was like, you know what, let me give this Bruce Springsteen fella, I was feeling very New Jersey, and I was like, let me go through his catalog. So I started from the beginning, and I was like, okay, Born to Run, okay, that's cool. Darkness on the Edge of Town, this is cool too, but there's a couple good songs on there. The River, I'm like, whoa, this is cool, too long, way too long. And then, the big red letters, Nebraska. I was like, this is like a really short album. His little face isn't on the cover. I'm like, what's going to happen here? And I listened to it, and I was like blown away. I was like, whoa, this is insane. This is like everything that I want to make, ever. Like, I want to make this. I want to make an album like this. I want to go on a huge world tour that was like 3 or 4 years long. I don't know if it was that long. It was just really long. He was touring, and then boom, goes in this little hut in New Jersey. A little hut, a nice house by a reservoir, and just is depressed as hell, and makes this like incredible masterpiece of an album, pretending he's like murderers and serial killers and like Mansion on the Hill. Oh, like I wouldn't even be able to write that song in my dreams, you know? Like, it's just the storytelling and his raw voice and just the way it's like, it sounds like they were just demos, and then they put them through all these random machines, so they got the sound that like no other album has ever sounded like before, because they like, tried pulling it off the tapes like 50 million times. They screwed it all up and they put it through this like echo machine and all this stuff. And it's like, wow, just the way it came about. I read the book about it by Warren Zanes, and I was like, whoa, I love this album. And specifically this last winter, I ran that shit. Partly because I knew the movie was coming out. And also, by the way, I got a pop filter, or whatever these things are called, for the microphone. So now you can't. I know, like in my other video, and you would like hear a lot of it. But, damn. Oh yeah, the movie. The movie is coming out with Jeremy Allen White, or came out. But I haven't seen it yet. And it's kind of funny. Oh yeah, the movie about the album that makes you inspired. I haven't even watched it yet. But, man, I ran that shit. I ran it so much that Bruce Springsteen got on my top 5 Spotify Wrapped. So, it was just all of my winter was Bruce Springsteen. Because I was at train stations a lot. The winter, standing out in the cold, like, fuck, I want to be Charles Starkweather for a couple minutes. That sounds fire. I've been talking about Bruce Springsteen for like 6 minutes. Damn. Also, someone's doing some shit outside. But yeah, Nebraska, Bruce Springsteen, acoustic, harmonica. I have a harmonica somewhere. I don't know where it is. I play it sometimes. But yeah, incredible. One of my biggest inspirations, especially with songs I wrote over the winter, more sad songs. But then the next one is, let's go with a lighter one that's like not as much but did do a lot, was The Light for Days by Jacob Collier, which, whoa, Jacob Collier, who the hell, what the hell, Jacob Collier, are you even like, you're not Jacob Collier, Jacob Collier's a genius, and he is. Not all of his music's listenable, a lot of it kind of is like, we get it, you're like a mad scientist with music, but that album released last year, mostly just him and acoustic guitar and a lot of layering, and man, it was my knee, by the way, don't make fun of it. Wow, I wasn't going into it like expecting a lot, because I'm not like the biggest Jacob Collier fan. Like I can appreciate his. They are so loud out there, bro. I'm about to. I can appreciate like his musical genius and. Let me just see what they're. Okay, so it's just a crane driving down the road. I'm not in a city. I'm in some rural town. Why is there a crane? I don't know. That's crazy. I've never seen that before. But yeah, and then I pop on this album like one time when I'm driving home from work, and like, damn, he's like playing those strings and like singing, like, oh my god, what the, I Know a Little, that song makes me tear up, bruh. Like, damn, like he really did. I don't know what happened to make him like switch up so much to make an album like that. I don't know if, I don't really have much of the lore on Jacob Collier, but that song made me want to pick up the guitar so bad. I was like, damn, I want to make some songs like this. And that's actually the song Ease Into Me I wrote like right after I listened to that, because it doesn't sound like the album, but it's just a song that I wrote because I was inspired by that album. Such a fun fact. But yeah, and the last song, Something Heavy, go listen to that. It's good. Yeah, okay, go listen to it. You don't have to, but like, isn't it like, I would say go listen to the Bruce Springsteen album, kind of, depending on who you are. Jacob Collier album, I would say listen to it if you want. The next one, I'll go, damn, I said I had 4, but why am I forgetting? Oh, yeah. So this one is an album that I listened to and I'm like, this guy is so good. I want to make music like this, but then I can't because he's so good. And it's Jim Croce. You don't mess around with Jim, right? Is that the one? You Don't Mess Around with Jim. That's the title name. The one with like Time in a Bottle. I swear I know more songs. I'm blanking right now. Yeah, but that one, just incredible. Oh, New York Is Not My Home. Banger. New York Is Not My Home, one of my favorite Jim Croce songs. But that one, I popped that album on, I'm like, ooh, this guy's really good at playing guitar. He's okay at singing. He's really good at songwriting. And it's like, Operator? Oh, who writes that? How did he sit down and be like, this is gonna be a song? How did he do that? I don't know. But that's why it's a good album for me to listen to, because I listen to it, and I'm not trying to copy it, because I know that I'm never going to be able to sound like Jim Croce. I'm never going to write like Jim Croce, but it just makes me inspired. Like, I'm going to try to do something cool too. So that album, incredible. 100% you should listen to that, no matter who you are. I know it was on Stranger Things, the one song, but he's not a TikTok artist. I swear he died. He died a real sad death. I'm sorry, Jim Croce. The next one is, I'm saving the best for last, because it's one that I just never can stop listening to. I'll never be like, I don't want to listen to this right now. And it's the album that inspired me the most and inspires me the most, because I was just listening to it in the shower. I just showered, by the way. Can you smell me? I just showered and I was listening to this album. And I didn't even know I was going to make this video. I just turned the camera on. I was like, let's just talk about my musical inspirations. It's Iron and Wine, The Creek Drank the Cradle. Now, I really don't know how popular Iron and Wine is, like, in terms of, like, mainstream music listeners. I know in the folk scene he's, like, one of the goats of the modern times, because of Our Endless Number of Days, his next album, which, like, is crazy bonkers good also. But there's just something about The Creek Drank the Cradle, which is his debut in 2002, which is the year I was born. So it's like everything is just pointing out, like, this album was made for you. He made this probably when I was born. He was probably, like, playing one of the songs, which is cool to think about. I was born at like 10:45 at night, so he's probably up playing late, fiddling with the banjo and singing into his little mic and his little 4-track tape cassette recorder, which Nebraska was also recorded on, just a 4-track tape cassette recorder, but that was in the 1980s, and this is 2002, so Iron and Wine really didn't have to do that, but he did, because it sounded so good, and I'm so glad he did, because oh my god, what an album. I love when albums are, like, not polished and not, like, you can kind of hear the little bit of mistakes, but they just keep on playing, because, like, yeah, it's music. Like, music isn't supposed to be perfect. You're not supposed to, like, be, no offense, I just talked about it, but Jacob Collier, like, perfects it, and it's like, everything's perfect sound, perfect frequencies, EQ, filter, whatever. Iron and Wine just slapped on his 4-track cassette tape recorder and was just like, I'm gonna talk about a bird eating bread out of my mouth under my nose. It's just incredible. The whole album, no skips. Yeah, no skips, because you can't really skip a song, or, like, because it flows so perfectly together. And the song that I would tell anyone to listen to, I'm moving my hands a lot, is Upwards Over the Mountain. Ooh. If you want to cry, listen to that song. If you want to smile, listen to Bird Eating Bread Out From Under My Nose. Kind of bird eating bread. That was disgusting, I'm sorry. But Upwards Over the Mountain is one of my favorite songs. It's not one of the best songs of all time, because it's, I don't know. It's a beautiful song, and just, like, I don't know. I just, like, you listen to it and it gives you an emotion that you've, like, never felt before, because it's, like, the things that he talks about. I'm not going to spoil anything, but he talks about, like, puppies and blood, but not in like a scary way. That should make you not want to listen to it. I think you should listen to it. He's like, Mother, do you remember the night when the dog had her pups in the pantry, blood on the floor, and fleas in their paws, and you cried till the morning? What? What happened to him to write that? probably it actually happened to him in real life, and he just wrote about it, which is just also what I love. I love just writing, when just writing about something that is so personal to you that only you really understand what it means, but other people can make their own interpretations or like relate to it, because maybe someone else stayed up, like was with their mom and their dog had puppies and like something, I don't know, like something bad happened. It doesn't say what happens, but you can kind of infer. But like, God, especially like it's about like sons and moms and their mothers, which is like a sore topic for a lot of people. So just like that, it's just so good. I recommend you and your best friend Paul to listen to that song and album, because man, it's good. And it inspires it. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, I think my favorite one from all the ones that I said, but also it inspires me the most, because of that lo-fi sound. There's this simple acoustic guitar playing. It's just like, some is just like power chords, or he's like picking, or he has banjo and some mandolin on there, I think. So it's just simple and it works, and it's a classic. 2002, year I was born, year of the horse. But yeah, so those are the 4 albums that I can think of on the top of my head that inspire me the most, whether it's I want to sound like him or they make me want to play. So Nebraska by Bruce Springsteen. What was the second one that I said? Oh, it was Jacob Collier, the Light for Days, which is kind of like a new one. I just put it on there because I was listening to it the other day, and it made me want to play the guitar, and it made me write a song. Ease into me, that one. Jim Croce, Don't Mess Around with Jim, and The Creek Drank the Cradle. What are these album titles? What's going on with me? They're so long. But yeah, those, I recommend everyone to listen to every song on every one of those albums. Listen to them in order too, to really get the Jackson Franklin experience, because then you'll be like, wow, I understand why he writes like he does. Honorable mention to the song Yesterday by the Beatles and Paul McCartney, because that song is what made me want to start playing guitar. I didn't listen to the Beatles until high school, because I don't know, I listened to One Republic and Bastille. Like, what am I supposed to do, listen to the Beatles after that? And like, I was in a history of rock and roll class, and I learned all about the Beatles and Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr, and how Paul McCartney's actually dead as hell, and Ringo's probably dead too, because he looks like he's wearing someone else's skin. But sorry, Ringo, if you're watching. But yeah, that song, simple, beautiful. Again, beautiful songwriting. I love that. I love songwriting so much. It's one of my favorite things to do. I like turning like my poetry into songwriting, or just like other, like I didn't even mention Gregory Alan Isakov. Oh my god, fuck. I can't believe I didn't mention him, because he's not like a single album or a single song. He's just like, as a person, I want to be him. He like has his own farm and garden and stuff, and he just does that and plays amazing songs, beautiful songs. So listen to Yesterday by the Beatles, because that's really a deep cut. I don't know if you know that one. And then Gregory Alan Isakov, his whole discography, all the way from August Clown, his first album, to his most latest one, which I don't remember the names, but An Empty Northern Hemisphere. I have the record of it, because my beautiful fiance got it for me. And wow, that's a great album. I posted a cover of one of the songs on here before. Did you know that? Go back and listen to it. It was not a cover. It was the first 30 seconds of one of the songs. That one. Yeah. So that's really my inspirations. I've been talking for 20 minutes. Holy shit, dude. Oh my god. Whatever. If you made it this far, you are the GOAT. And if you made it this far, you deserve a snippet from. I use this app called Tape It to like tape my like I'm just like, if I don't want to whip out the whole set, like just like little music stuff. Shit, not that one. This one. You deserve. Yeah, that was a terrible snippet. I'm sorry. You probably regret coming back to the end. That's the song I've been writing. It's been 20 minutes. I need to stop this. Like, I need to eat. I'm going to starve to death if I don't stop talking, so I'm going to talk forever. Also, Mouse hasn't been inside in here at all while I was talking, so I think she understands when I pick up the microphone, she's going to run away because she doesn't like when I talk. I don't know what I'm saying. Oh my god. See, I tell you that I'm not a liar. There he is, Mr. Bruce, the Nebraska book. Read it in like 4 days. All right, I'm going to stop this now. I'm embarrassing myself. Thanks for tuning in again, and I appreciate you tuning in. And I like talking like this. This is really fun, so I'm going to do this more. Bye.